So, Hammer of the Scots is a game that's set obviously in Scotland, and it takes place during the period that you see in the movie Braveheart. And so the point of the game is to control the most territory. And the way that you control territory in this game is by having blocks in it. Now, obviously, the red blocks are the English, blue blocks are the Scottish. And each of the blocks have a symbol on it, unless they're just like regular infantry or they're a personality. You'll see a coat of arms in each of the areas. There's a few exceptions, but these were where the nobles, their home castle or their clans were located. So, we would go here, Moray, if you notice that their coat of arms matches their nobleman, or their noble. So, one of the elements of the game is to convert, because at this point in the history is that most of the Scottish nobles had kind of surrendered to the English, and it was due to a rebellion by William Wallace and Robert the Bruce that had caused kind of Scotland to look to get its freedom. So the course of the game, whoever owns the majority by the game's end, which is in 1305, the majority of nobles is going to win it. Now there's 14 areas, so it's possible for there to be a draw with each owning 7. So, but once someone gets to 8 or higher, then you're going to win the game. The way that the game is going to proceed is each year you're going to get 5 of these cards. And I'm just going to flip them over a little bit so we can see if we can reshuffle. And the components of the card is it's a number or it's an event. Okay. Now, I won't go over the events because you can just read them and it basically says what happens. The number is going to be how many areas you can activate, and those blocks can move out of there or do something, or if they don't want to, they can stay there. It's up to you. So basically, there's going to be 5 cards you play during each year, and that symbolizes probably about a month worth of campaigning. Now, there is one exception to this. If both players play an event during the card play, the year ends. And some people aren't ready for the year to end. So if you play like Pillage and I played like Victuals or something like that where they both have text, then the year is going to end at that point. Just means that, the levies and everything else that was going on just didn't make it in time. It was a short year. So you'll have to, strategy-wise, sometimes even think, do I want more, turns in this game? Or, so you might not play an event. So it's going to be kind of the card play as part of the strategy. So if like you don't want the year to end, you might hold off playing a event card. If you do want it to end, if you're like, oh man, I'm getting stomped, you might want to play an event card because the other guy may play it too. And that will end the year. Once the year ends, this is the part where you're going to determine how to control areas, because what will happen is it's called the wintering phase. And the wintering phase is what you're going to do is nobles first go home. All right. The first thing that happens is the English nobles, which would be the red blocks, have to go back to their home. Okay, and it matches. Like, it's possible for Lennox to be up here. He has to, in the winter, come back to his castle. He doesn't move as per se. He just teleports there, if you want to think about it. If there's any enemy units in there, then he'll flip. Okay, so what would occur is that he would.
He'd come home and fight a bunch of Scottish people in his land and decide, you know what, it's better to join them than to beat them.
Yes, and so if there was like, let's just say there was some Scots, in his area, and he has to come home, then he immediately converts over to the Scottish cause. Okay, so that's an important way in how you convert nobles. Okay, and since the England controls most of the nobles. That's how the Scots are normally going to conduct like a guerrilla wars, by taking an area and leaving people there, because the first thing that happens in winter is the English nobles have to return home. If there's Scots, any blue blocks in their area, they'll convert that noble will convert over. The next thing that'll happen is there's two factions in Scotland. There's the Bruce and then there's the Common. And the Bruce kind of have two areas they can go to. Same with Common, he can go into here or here. So they're fairly big clans. So he can choose, either of them can choose where they want to go. If one of them's occupied, they go to the other one. Then there's a possibility there's a Scottish king. He can withdraw to any friendly or neutral area. Then basically what'll happen then is the English infantry will disband. And they're the ones with just flags, the cross of St. George on it. And they will disband. They basically leave. They don't really like being in Scotland. They just walk back to England for the winter. Archers on the English side, knights and hobblers have to. And they're the ones with the kind of circular, or with the filled-in shield. They have to go back. Some infantry blocks can stay in Scotland if they're in an area that can support them, and you'll know how much area how many blocks the area can support, because they'll have a castle and have a number in it. So obviously, like this one can only support one block. These can support two. Some of them could do up to three. I think one of them.
I don't see anything. Three.
Maybe not. And here it is, Menteith, and it can Stirling Castle's there, so it can support three blocks. And now the Scots have one other advantage. Anywhere where there's a cathedral, they'll be here, here, and here. Is they can add one to that area, so it works as like an additional one. So like here, you could do 2 plus that, so that means 3 can winter there perfectly fine. This one, 1 plus that equals 2, so 2 blue blocks could be there. It doesn't matter the strength of the blocks, just that's how many blocks. The English do not care about the cathedrals; they mean nothing to them. It's possible when Edward the First comes into play, is he can winter in an area. He could just say, hey, I'm not going back to England. I really want to get this show going. I want to finish destroying the Scots. He can winter in one area and keep kind of everybody, as long as they don't overstack in that area. So he can keep some knights with him, or something like that. So the only problem is if he dies, then he's replaced with another King Edward, which was his son.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Edward II. Edward II could not winter in Scotland. He was not quite the same level of king. So, then once that's all done, then the Scots will go and start disbanding theirs and then returning their guys into the same areas. And again, it's going to be the same function as if they have a nobleman, a Scotch nobleman, and there's English in that area, then they'll convert over. So that's basically how you convert over the nobles, and then you control that area. Then once you're done with that, we'll do some building, which allows you to, the little diamonds that are in the top tell you how strong the unit is, with the more dots telling you that they're at their maximum strength, to 1 being they're almost gone. So when it comes to wintering, is depending on how the castle is, means you can take this, and if it was, say it was wounded, it was down to 1 pip, is you could flip it. Since there's 2, you could go 1, 2, and it could rebuild that. And you could, if you have 2 or 3 blocks here, you can mix and match however you want to do it. So
they have a chance to lick their wounds and heal.
They do. Gotcha. So the cathedrals add 1 to that. So this area is fairly valuable. This one obviously is good. Some of them, it's just 1 pip. There's not a lot of people living there. The once the Scots own at least 8 of the provinces, 8 nobles. The French are going to come in because they had a treaty with the Scots that once they got to a certain level, then they would send over French knights. They become eligible to be built. The English then will do like a feudal levy, which they have to randomly choose their guys to come in, and then we'll deal 5 more cards, and that starts the next year. Now, I'll get into the movement. So, when you play your card, you play a 2, it means you're going to activate 2 areas. And on the block, you're going to see several things. We went over already the strength, like 4, 3, 2, 1. And the little cross there means that he can be killed. Okay, so that he's somewhat... Now they're just groups of infantry. They can be killed, but the block comes back. Once Wallace is killed, that block is gone. Same way technically with Edward, but he can be killed twice. The Hobblers can only be killed once. I think those are the only 2 exceptions. The Vikings, and I think maybe the Knights.
That's French.
French Knights. They have a cross. So once that block is destroyed, they can't come back. Except with the one exception is Edward can come back a second time, but then once Edward II's killed, that's it. So that the structure of the block is this is how strong it is, and that basically translates to how many dice you get to roll. So if William Wallace is at full strength, 1, 2, 3, 4, he can roll 4 dice in combat. We'll go over combat in a minute. Then you're going to have how many movement points he has, and then how strong or how effective a fighter he is. It's going to be rated from A, B, C, and I don't think there's a D in this game. A is the best, B is second best, C is like rabble, the regular just dudes with spears. A's are going to be like your knights, your heavy hitters, and then the number next to them is going to be what number you need to roll on a 6-sided dice or less in order to score a hit against the enemy. So obviously in A3 you're going to hit on 1, 2s, or 3s. Okay, but 4, 5s, or 6s you miss. Same way it goes here. It's just that the A's get to attack before B's, B's get to attack before C's.
Yeah.
The defender always gets to roll the dice first. So if there's a tie, if there's 2 A's are in here, like let's say, that's what the Hobblers is like in this situation. If these English knights go in here, well, if the Scots are defending, their A's get to roll the dice first, boop, 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 and you would inflict the hits. Then the A's on the attackers get to roll. Then you would go to any B's.
Yeah, just go down the line after
just go down B, C, all the way down to C.
Yep.
And so that's how it works. And you're just rolling to see if you can get a 3 or less with this guy. Now, there's an exception. If you have a nobleman and he's defending his territory, you can add 1 to that number.
Okay.
So, like...
Ground advantage or homeland advantage.
Homeland advantage. So, like, if Moray's defending here, instead of it being a B2, he's a B3.
Yep.
So, that's how combat's fought in 3 rounds. And what you'll do is you'll put your main battle line out, which is normally 2 or 3 blocks. We just figure out who's going to get to attack first, roll the dice. Now, when you inflict hits, you have to inflict them on the strongest unit first. Mm-hmm. So, in this case, since everybody's 4, you would do that. But let's just say the situation was here and the Scots had to suffer some hits. You would have to take them on Wallace because he's the strongest unit. As soon as he took 1 hit, then you'd have a choice between these 2. Okay. And so then you could, boom, and if it was 2 hits, that would be perfectly legal. But normally you have to distribute your hits to the strongest unit first. But it doesn't have to absorb all of them. You can do 1, 1, 1, or you can do 1, 1, 1, or however you want to keep them, because sometimes there's a strategy of keeping your really strong, great fighters, available, but if they've already rolled the dice, you're like, maybe I think these guys are going to get some more hits in, so maybe I'll take more hits on him because these guys have yet to roll their dice. Yeah. So maybe you keep them around for a little longer. We'll go through 3 rounds of combat. It's possible that if you've moved some units in, and we'll go over a movement, that you could have a reserve. So we'll work on that. If it occurs, it's not a normal situation though. So that's kind of combat. Now, when you move, you're going to be using this number. Now, because the game is in fog of war, so like normally the blocks are facing you, so you really don't know. So it's going to look like this. You don't know what kind of unit this is.
Yeah.
And for most of them, they're going to be like movement of 2. Now, 3 are going to be your cavalry and normally your leaders. So if you decide to move 3, you're kind of telegraphing that, hey, this is a leader or cavalry or of some sort. So like say, when you do that, you're kind of giving a little bit of intelligence to the opponent, but there may be a reason you want to go someplace. Every area just costs you 1 to move through. There's a little bit of a limitation though when you go through red areas like this. There's maximum number of steps they can move through a black area is going to be 6. Let me just look that up to be 100% sure. Yeah, 6 blocks can move across like a black area or something like that. Normally it's not a big deal. I mean, we may just use this just in case you have a ton of blocks going across, so you know how many's come across, 3, 4, whatever. If it's a red area, it's up to 2.
You can only support so many units.
Yeah, because the paths are tighter and you can't get so many, it's like you can't just have a whole bunch of guys swarm into Athol, because it's very mountainous, so it would be very difficult. So the maximum number of blocks they cross here is 2. Now you could bring 2 in from here and then 2 in from here. That's perfectly legal. But you couldn't bring, like, if you had, this situation here, all 4 of these could not cross this border.
Yeah.
Because it'll only allow 2. When you move into an area, the opponent doesn't reveal anything. So, like, if this is a situation and these guys were to move in, there's a thing called pinning. So when I move mine, I say, hey, I move my two areas, and I move some blocks in here. You can move guys out of here or to a different area if you want. It's just that you have to use 2 blocks here since I moved 2. Now you can leave everybody, or you can move one of your blocks, or you can leave them all there. It just depends on what you want to do. But since I moved 2 in there, you have to keep at least 2 on your movement. So that's called pinning, and it works both ways. So if you go, well, hey, I want to pin one of these guys here, then I have to, on my activation, I can only move 1 guy in there. So it may protect you. Sometimes you just put somebody out there as a sacrificial lamb, do something like that. So just to pin the other guy. The Norse movement, we'll get into that if they ever show up. They're kind of moved by the sea, and they're kind of goofy. They're kind of an odd unit. The battles, normally we'll do our movements. Once we look and we see where there's area where there's 2 color blocks, those will be the battles, and we'll conduct them. And there is a little bit of an issue with some of the English, like the Welsh and Ulster, because they're Celtics. They're Celts, and they're not so much into going to war against the Scots. You have to roll, and there's a 50% chance they just go, no, we're not fighting the Scots. And so once they're revealed, like this is the case, then you have to roll to see if they'll actually fight the Scots. If not, then they just disband and go back to England. So they're not the most reliable when it comes to fighting Scots. And you can, on your turn, except for the first turn of combat, retreat. So if you'll fight 1 round of battle, and there's, like, say, a maximum of 3, is, like in this situation, we'll just say something like that is a little more believable, is the A's would shoot, first the A defender would shoot, then the A attacker. Then we look at A B's, and then the B attacker would shoot, do his rolls. Then it would be the C's, and then the C defenders would do it, and then the C attacker. Well, then it comes back to the English on that second round. If they want to, instead of firing, they can retreat. They can say, yeah, I've had enough of that. That's not a good battle.
Run away.
And vice versa. You can also, as the defender, instead of taking your turn to shoot. Now, again, it'd be in like the A would go first, and then, you look at the B's, and there. So there's some timing issues. But instead of shooting, you can retreat, and that would be perfectly fine, and I think that covers it. You can't retreat into an area where there's another unfought battle. English player may never retreat from here into Scotland, and then Scottish units can't retreat into England. This is a border here. The other thing is, if one of the noblemen are in the battle and they're eliminated, it immediately switches to the enemy. So that's another way you can switch. Like if Steward was in a battle and then he gets killed, then you would immediately take the Steward, guy, and put him at 1 strength in his area, his home area. So that's another way to convert them. It's a little rarer because most people usually try and retreat before they get beat. But yeah, if you beat a nobleman in combat, then he comes up as a 1 strength in his home area. And the Scots can invade England, and basically what you do is you'll have a unit here, here, here. The exception is you can only move 2 across the red, and you basically raid across the border. And this will be where the levy is for the English, and they just basically remove a random block. Okay, and so it kind of keeps their numbers down from going in. It's again kind of an odd tactic, but it is possible. Also, the William Wallace can disband and then go to Selkirk Forest, which is, I guess, kind of like his original homeland, and he can stay here and rebuild 2 points. However, as you can tell, it's extremely close to the border, and it puts him in a somewhat vulnerable. And then once you go, hey, I'm disbanding this unit, or I'm disbanding him, and he's showing up here, I'm going to immediately know that William Wallace is in Selkirk Forest. So it kind of leaves him vulnerable, but it's possible you can get there. There's a way that the Scots can declare a king, and basically what you'll do is the Scots you have the common, the Bruce, and Wallace has to be dead. Okay, so if William Wallace dies, then you can technically at that point go, well, you know what, I'm going to declare a king for the Scots, and you'll have to choose which faction you want to use, and you'll notice that the background is kind of green or tan. Mm-hmm. And like the Bruce are green ones, and then if you declare the Bruce as King of Scotland, then all of the green-backed
they convert.
Nobles convert over to Scotland. But vice versa, all the tan ones convert to England, or vice versa. If you declare common as the king, then the Bruce, he turns to ally with the English. So there's pluses and minuses. So you have to be kind of careful with that. And I think with that, we're ready to go. There's a sudden death victory. If a player controls all the nobles in play, then you win. If the Scottish king is eliminated, then the English win. And then the Scots win if Edward II is ever killed. So
twice.
Well, yeah, Edward is killed once, and then his son who's Edward II, dies. So, and that's basically it. So, I'm basically gonna flip the things
Can I do the same thing with my dudes?
Yep, because they're ready to go. I'm gonna go back to them.
They start at their full strength?
Yes. And Edward is in the draw pool because at this period of history, he was campaigning in France. So he wasn't available. So these were just kind of the regular dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna cut the deck. Each can get 5 cards. All right, we're starting the year in 1297. It's called the Braveheart.
Yeah.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And then you'll take a deck, and then, like I say, the number in the top is how many areas you activate, and they can kind of go, they can move in different directions, they can all stay together, whatever you want to do. If you have text on the card, that tells you, hey, you just have to read the card and go. It's usually like, hey, you can resupply somebody if they're damaged, or you could pillage an area and immediately cause a damage to a unit, a block next to you, or something like that. It'll explain it. And then we'll play each. We'll pick a card, and then we'll see, who has the highest number with the English winning ties. And I played a 2. You played 2. So at this point, the English are the first player in this. And like say, I have to activate 2 areas. So I think I'll put 2 in the Bruce. Alright, so then what I've done here is I've pinned this unit so that he cannot move out of there. And that's basically all I've done. So now then you get to activate 2 areas, and it can be anywhere on the board where you have blocks. And you can either move them in there, don't have to move them. You can reinforce, you can move somebody in if you would say, hey, we're going to have a big battle. You just can't move him out, he's pinned. And that's basically where you're at on this.
Okay. And I can then move up to
2. You activate, like if you want to do something here in Moray.
Do I have to move them both, or can I just use
You can just move 1, and then you can move like 1 across this border and 1 across this border. That's perfectly legal. You can move both of these in here. You could activate both of these, and all 3 of these could go in there. So.
Okay.
Where he gets into William Wallace and Angus. Angus and forefathers.
Lock that guy in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can move.
Well, that you activated that counts as 1, so that guy could still move for free if you wanted to.
Okay.
Because you've activated the area so everybody in there can do something. So
okay.
That's 1 area. Boom. Alright. So, now all of our cards have been activated. Mm-hmm. So then what we'll do is then we'll conduct the battles. Usually the attacker decides on that. We just want to make sure. Yeah, player 1 determines which battles fought first before examining any blocks. So basically what I'll do is I go, well, I want to fight against the Bruce first, so I'll reveal my blocks, and then that causes yours to come down. And so what we'll do is you're the defender in this situation, so I'll say, okay, first we'll look for any A's. Neither of us have any A's. Next thing we'll do is we'll say, does anyone have B's? In this one you have Robert the Bruce. Mm-hmm. He gets to roll 4 blue dice, and he's looking for 1s or 2s. However, he's defending his own area, so actually needs 3s. Okay, so you need 3s or less cause a hit. So then I look through my troops and I go, okay, well they're both practically identical, so Westmore's going to take 1 hit. So then I'd look for my B's. I don't have any B's, but I have C's. Or we would then go defender any C's, and you don't have any C's, but I do. So I get to roll 5 dice at a combat factor of...
Roll high!
Yeah, that's usually what happens. So I got 5 dice because I got 5 diamonds, and I'm looking for 1s or 2s.
4s.
Okay, so I do 1 hit. You only have one unit, so we're just going to move the Bruce.
Yeah.
So that's the first round. Now we go into a second round. Now we would look for any A's, no A's. Then we go to B's. You have a B in Defender. Now you can, at this point, retreat. You just can't go into an enemy occupied area or one that an unresolved battle has occurred. So if you go, he has 5, I have 3, you could retreat to here. You go to Carrick, Selkirk Forest. You go to here if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with my homesickle over here.
Okay, so basically what you do, you say, "Hey, I retreat," and then he retreats. So then I would take mine, and I would keep them at their losses. They don't rebuild, but you just go, "Okay, that's my guys now own Anon," and then that would be it. And now, one thing I will kind of caution you is, like, say, is when you retreat, you got to kind of look at your castle, because if you don't plan on moving him anymore, you can only support one guy.
Alright, so I will have to move him eventually.
Yeah, at some point, somebody's going to have to go to Carrick or something like that, because they can't support 2 blocks. It can only support 1. So, like, I can support 2 blocks here, so I'm safe here. So we would go across the board, and I'd go, ooh, okay, what do I want to do next? Well, I kind of think I'll do this one. So, bink. All right, and so then it's usually easier if you flip it on your side so you can see what you got. All right, so in this case, I'm the defender, so we would look for any A's.
Nope.
Okay, no A's. So I'm a B, so I get to shoot first, and I'm looking for 1s or 2s normally. However, I'm defending my home territory, so 1 through 3. I got 1 hit.
Okay.
And then you get to shoot back. Now you have 2 dice, and you're looking for 1s or 2s. Okay, so you do. All right. So then that was our first round of combat. So now look at the second one. I think I'm going to stay because I think I can win this. So I got 2 dice, and I'm looking for 1 through 3s. And I didn't get anything. Now you have a choice. You can either keep fighting or you can retreat.
Yeah, take a whack at you.
All right, there you go. All right, so you do another hit. All right, so now I'm down to 1. So this is the third thing of combat. Yeah, you're going to be there anyway, so I'm just going to roll my 1 dice, and I'm looking through 1 through 3.
Why you only roll 1?
Because that's all the strength he has. He's been kind of whittled down. So I rolled a 6, so nothing. You get 2 dice because you have 2 diamonds.
Okay.
2 3s is a miss, and that's the third round of combat. So once the third round of combat is over, then you have to retreat. You have to say goodbye, and you just keep it at your strength. So now you know my guy's at 1 strength, and I think your guys was at 2. All right. So then the last combat we're going to do is here. I'm the defender, and then you flip yours. All right. So you're coming in there strong, but I'm defending my area. So we'll look for any A's.
Nope.
Okay, so we got a B. So I got a B2, but I'm actually a 3 because I'm defending my area. So 1 hit.
Okay. I think Grant is gonna get.
Yeah, that's a better move because he's a 2 as opposed to the Fraser's. So, and in this case, you'll want to roll like 2 dice first for him because he has different hits, and then 3 dice for the 3 guy. So, okay, so he doesn't get any hits, and you get 3 dice for this guy because he has 3 diamonds, and 1 through 3 hits. Oof, you get a hit. All right, so I go to 3. All right. A little outnumbered, but I think I can withhold it. So I got 3 dice now, and I'm looking through, since I'm defending my home territory, 1 through 3. It'd be nice to get a couple. I got 2 hits in that one. So your strongest unit has to take the first hit, the Fraser, and then 1 more hit. So then it goes to your turn to shoot. So you're going to kind of look, and if you go, well, I got 3 dice versus his 3 dice, and there'll be 1 more round of combat here.
I think we're going to retreat.
So what you do is you can go to a friendly area, and they don't all have to go to the same area. They can go to one, and That one can support 2. It's probably better. And you just flip them to your
this
strength.
one can.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so it could support both.
I listen. Okay.
All right. So that's it for that, and I'm going to flip my guy over to the 3. All right. So that is all the combat. So then you're going to go pick another card.
There's more.
Yeah. I'll get a little shot. This guy's any good?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's a lot better than that strawberry stuff that we got last.
Oop. Well, you already picked yours. All right. So again, I get to go. So I'm like. Shaking.
I don't drink the entire bottle by myself.
It's so good, though. All right. So I've got 2, and
Could you push Old Dude back up?
oh yeah, the Bruce. And so he's at 3. So all right. He's defending his own area there. My first. This takes 2. I may have made a mistake. Hold on just a second. Yeah, because technically, every block you use, it uses one of your things when you're the English. So I'm going to fix that one. That technically he couldn't move. So all right. So I move my 2 because every time they come from England, it uses 1 step for every block you use. So that was my 2. It goes to your 2. Now, like I say, that guy was super weak. This guy didn't really take too much hits. So if you're looking to, prey upon somebody.
I think we're going to prey upon this guy.
So that's your first one, and then you got one more move if you want.
We're gonna move Barclay over here.
All right. Now don't forget he's gonna be defending his own territory, so you're gonna be kind of he's got. If you go in to attack, you usually want to take probably 2 blocks.
Grab a buddy.
Yeah, grab a buddy and then whack somebody. Or take all 3. Because, like, say,
okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna.
Now that one's dangerous because you're crossing a red one. You're gonna bring 2.
Okay.
So if you want to attack with 3, this area is better because it's a black border. It means it's just clear, so you can go across that without any problem. So then we'll look and we'll say, okay, who's occupying the same areas, and we'll go, okay. So in this case, you moved in. You're the attacker. You get to choose. Well, technically, I'm the first player. I get to choose which battle we're going to do. Probably I want to do this one first to see how it turns out. So I got Angus at strength 3. You got Wallace, who's a real combat beast. So A's get to go first. So he rolls 4 dice, and you're looking for 3s or less. Oof, he comes in hard. So that's 1, 2, and then Angus dies. So you get Angus at strength 1. So
2.0. Yeah.
And so you can flip your guys up. So.
Yay.
So he just walks in there and he just gives up. So, all right. So then we got this one, and I got a B strength unit. You have a B strength. However, the defender gets to shoot first, and I'm a strength 1, so I get 1 dice, and a 1 through 3.
6.
1 hit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think this was gonna get Fraser's gonna get it.
And yeah, since both of them are 2s, then.
Okay.
And so then we go on to. Do you have your B gets to shoot?
Yep. Moray is going to shoot 2.
All right, he's not.
He missed. His swing and a miss.
Fraser.
And then Fraser is going to do fucking nothing.
Well, he's now we got a second round of combat.
Yeah.
So then I'll look and my B's get to shoot first. So again, I got 1 roll. I'm looking through 1 through 3. All right, I get another hit.
All right.
It has to be on the strongest guy. So. Now, your B unit can look and he can either shoot or he can retreat.
He's going to shoot you.
Okay.
2.
No, that's all he took. So Ross dies, and then you get to replace Ross with a 1 strength Scottish unit. It's going to be the 3 bears rampant. Ross. All right.
Just 1 strength.
He's just a 1 strength. So, all right. And they all flip back up. All flip back up. Okay. So then, North isn't going so good for me right now. All right. Pick a card. All right. Oof. All right. So you're the first player now. You get to activate 3 areas. And again, notice your card, you're going down to 2, so you're going to have to winter within 2-ish cards. So it depends on what you have in your hand. You know, if you still have some movement, as long as
nobody has those cards, how can you winter?
Well, your nobles will automatically go to an area, so you're really only worried about your infantry guys. The ones with the shield, they kind of look like this. Mm-hmm. So you're trying to make sure that they're not in an area that can't. So you'd want to put them in an area that at least has a 2 or higher, or a cathedral.
Yeah.
So you want to kind of get them into an area. Plus, they're going to get to rebuild up their strength. I would not say this one is not going to be able to hold all those people. And
I think they're going to attacking first, though.
Yeah, and this one you can. So. And like say, you know, maybe you want to look and get in a place where one of my nobles has to go, and then you're waiting there for them. So, but most of my nobles are already in their home area, so I haven't moved a lot.
Oh, and they can move up to 3.
Well, you activate 3 groups. Now, some of them can move 3. You know, if they're like knights or they're leaders. So that's just 1 group. So you got 2 other groups that can activate.
These guys are kind of hurting.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that where you're like, oh, I don't want to lose them just for.
Move the Bruces over.
So they're coming over to Annan?
Yeah.
All right. We got a little heat battle. All right, so that would be 2 areas, and your third one, you know, you can either just. That's fine. All right, so then. I have 2 that I can do. I'm pinned. Kind of randy over here. So I'm going to activate these guys as one of my things. So that's 1, and I have 2 movement points. So I'm going to bring 2 across this border.
Oh.
They're going to help out their buddies. Fife isn't a home area for anybody, but Angus is. He'll go 1, 2. Let's see if he can pick up Angus for cheap. Alright, so that's my 2 areas. So then, since you're the first player, you get to decide which battle you want to do first. Alright, and then my guy flips. He's got Buchanan. He has a. I get to. Do you have an A unit?
B and a C.
Alright, so my B unit gets to shoot first. He's a 3, so I got 3 dice.
Roll a 6, roll a 6.
Yeah, well, 4 through 6. Alright, so I'm looking through. Since he's defending his own area, he's 3.
Roll a 5.
Ooh.
Motherfucker.
Wow, he is waiting.
All
3 hits, and the first one has to be. So that's. Oh, you took them all on Barclay?
Well, it's either that or kill Angus.
Well, yeah, Angus is probably a little better fighter, so. Alright. So you got
1.
1 or 2 he hits. Nope. And then Barclay. Oh, he gets a hit. Alright, well, he's a tough fighter. He didn't go down. Alright, goes back to me. Wow, I know I'm going to roll 2 dice. That's well worth it. 1 through 3. Ooh, we're out of arrows. Now, it goes to you to where you can shoot. You can decide if you want to continue there, or if you want to move to either a neutral or an area that a battle has not occurred yet, or you can't go into a area where a battle has not been adjudicated.
He's gonna lick his wounds, and they can only move to one.
Yeah, you can't go into an enemy occupied area.
It's like this can only handle up one, and then it's got a cathedral, so it can only do two.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm ready to join this one.
Well, that battle hadn't. Yeah, the battle hadn't been
adjudicated. You gotta go over here.
It's enemy occupied.
Oh, motherfucker.
That's why I put a guy there just to keep.
Hmm.
Or, I mean, you can chance it, and maybe Angus and them go down fighting, because Angus is going to have a little bit of trouble, because if someone doesn't come in and take.
We'll try to.
Yeah, so.
All right.
Angus. Ooh. Well, it's possible. It's real possible. All right, so Buchanan converts. He takes a couple mace hits, so look for
what's gonna happen.
Look for Buchanan.
So you could have said screw it and you fucked. So.
Well, it's there's only one guy there. He's vulnerable. All right, so that's that combat. We have another one in Mar.
Yep.
All right, so my guy is a B, but you got William Wallace. So William Wallace gets to roll 4 dice at the start. He's looking for 3s or less. Wow, he comes in strong. So that's 1, 2. So now I get 1 dice. I have to fight. All right, I need 1 dice, and I get 1 through 3 since I'm defending Mar. So I throw 1 hit. Now you can choose to either hit Douglas or Wallace.
I think you're gonna hit Douglas. Douglas is gonna take it for Wallace.
All right, so you never lose
Such
Wallace.
a friend. Such a friend.
Such a friendly friend. Friendly town. All right, so Douglas is a good fighter. He hits on 3s or less, and you got 3 dice. He's not a good fighter, though. He's a good. Caught a lot of arrows. Taker. Yeah, he took arrows. All right, goes to me. So you have to decide right now whether I could pull Mar out and go to Angus, but if you stay there, he's immediately gonna flip. Unless I can get some people there.
Pull the chair and hang out for a while.
I could try and liberate him, but I think. Better part of Valor, he's gonna. Oh wait, I can't do that.
Wallace character.
Yeah, actually, before I can do anything with Mar, is you get to shoot first because you got William Wallace, who's an A. I'm a B. Ooh. You got 3 dice and 1 through 3, so he might convert before anything. Yeah, he definitely does. All right, so Mar converts. So find Mar. He's
I'm a little inebriated.
All right, boom. All right, so then you can flip them back to their top side. All right, so far you're at 1, 2, 3, 4 converted already. So you're at. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I only got 7 areas right now. So all right. So that's it for the combat. Flip your ones up there and Lothan.
Sorry.
That's okay. And choose a card.
They're all the same.
Oh. All right. I get to go first. Let's see. Oh, we'll do that. We did have one more battle.
Yeah.
We have one more battle, so it's not going to change much. All right. You're the attacker in this case, so you don't get the benefit. All my guys are C's, so your B's actually get to shoot first, even though I'm the defender. You got knights on my guys are. So you got Bruce and Galloway. So Bruce is 3 dice. You're looking for 1s or 2s. Wow. All right, Bruce comes in hard.
This is whack-a-mole.
All right, so the Lancastrians and Yorks, they each take a hit. All right, Galloway's the same thing, 3 dice, 1s or 2s. Good Lord. Boy. Well, all about the same. Caliber infantry. Durham Lights, that's 1. And Lancastrians, that's 1. Oof. Alright, let's see if we can do some damage on the way out. All my guys are C2s, so we'll do York. They get 3 dice, 1s or 2s. Okay, not bad. So 1 hit.
Give it to Galloway.
Galloway, alright. Lancastrians, they get 2 dice, 1s or 2s. Oh, they're hard fighters. They were in the midst of it, so each takes a hit.
Oh yeah, give them both 1.
Okay, so Bruce takes 1 and Galloway takes 1. All right, Durham Light, they got 2 dice, 1s or 2s.
6s.
Nothing. All right, and Westmoreland's 2 dice at 1s or 2s. Oh. So Bruce has to take 1.
Yeah.
Do you want to kill Galloway or do you want to kill the Bruce? It's up to you.
Kill Galloway.
Galloway, you're back. You're done. I get Galloway.
You're done.
Galloway joins me. All right, the Bruce says, wow, these guys are dynamite here in the South. So, all right, so now we've got so we got 2. And, he has to retreat. Do you want to go to his homeland or do you want to go to Galloway?
Homeland.
Or you could go to Teviot or Selkirk Forest, but I would probably recommend this. His homeland. The Bruce. All right. So I got 2. I don't want to convert the Bruce. Yeah, I'm going to convert to Bruce. Bruce is going to see the error of his ways and backing the Scottish rebellion. So there's my first move, and my second move will be...
They're flashing their bits at you.
Yeah. Alright, I think you're somewhat damaged, but... I think you're somewhat damaged. I don't know if you want to go against full strength. Alright. So that is it for my 2 moves. You get 1 move.
Well, I can only move 2, right?
You get across a red border. Battle Royale. Alright. We got ourselves a battle. Alright.
What's up, baby?
Alright, we got William Wallace, who's more than likely going to get the first strike. So he gets 3 dice. He's looking for 3s.
Woo.
What'd you get?
Got a 1 and a 3.
Oof, that's 2 hits. So, Menteith and these guys. Alright, so then we go to B's. Alright, I got a 2 B. Alright, so 1s or 2s. Not so good. Alright, so then we go into the C defenders.
Douglas is a C, and so is your other dude.
Yeah, Cumbria. So he's got 2 dice. I'm looking for 2s. 1s or 2s. Come on, give me some hits.
Nothing.
Nothing. Now you got 3 at 3.
I'm looking for 3s.
Yep. Oof, man. So Menteith and Cumbrians. All right, not doing good. All right, so then second round of battle, William Wallace gets to attack first.
You can poke him in the eyeballs.
That's right. 3 dice and 3s, guaranteed to get a hit. 2 hits. All right, so that kills off Cumbrians.
What color is their shield?
It's the squiggly white and blue. Yeah, that's your guy, Menteith. So he converts over.
What was the other guy?
He was just some infantry, some hobblers. So.
Oh, okay, he's just some slee stack.
Cumbrians. Slee stacks?
Slee
They come from the vaunted area of Cumbria, so in southern England. So, well, there's a North Cumbria.
Nope. He wasn't at that. He was at 3.
All right.
Put that up weird. There we go.
All right. Boom. All right. So that's that. Last card play. No other. Well, no. Wait. We do have one thing here. So this is where I teach Robert the Bruce that.
You gonna give him the spanking?
Yeah. Well, he might get to actually do his thing first because all my guys are C's.
Well, he's only got 1 dice. So.
He's got 1 dice, but he is defending his area, so he has 1 dice, 1 through 3.
1 through 3.
And he gets a hit. All right, I have to take it on the Yorks. How's the York? All
Pokes him
right.
in his nose.
All my guys are 2 dice. 1 are 2s.
No, spank him.
Should get 1 hit.
No, spank him.
That's all I
Yep.
needed. All right.
Spank him.
Bruce goes back to you, and the Bruce joins me.
For now.
He surrenders. All right. So then last card. 1 and 1. All right. English gets to go, so I can activate 1 unit.
3, 5, 4, 5.
So
the blood of
now,
Englishman.
the end of this, all of the red diplomats have to, or nobles have to go back to their homelands. Then I disband my infantry, and then your blue nobles go back to their homeland. So,
Yep. And then it's wound licking time.
yeah. Let's see. I want to say it's let's see if this makes any.
We're still in the first year.
Uh-huh. I think I'll go. I only got 1 area though. I'll activate these guys. Make sure all my guys move back to their area. How aggressive you're playing.
You know me by now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's see.
Do I like to bring it?
Well, I think we'll go 1, 2.
Oh, you scared.
I've only got 1 area to, so it's this area. So you can go.
How did they get to move like that?
Because he can move 2 movement points. Or he could move more, depending on what type of unit he is, but almost all infantry can move 2.
Okay.
So 2 areas. And some of the leaders can move 3, and almost all the cavalry can move 3. Like
Even through the difficult areas?
it's just the limitation is you can only move 2 blocks through it. So,
Got you.
but if you look like he can move 3, the knights can move 3. So, all right, that's it for my movement. And you get to move, activate 1 area, and move them.
Are you just trying to put the nobles back?
Well, the nobles are going to automatically go back. So what you're probably looking at is your infantry to see if they can get to an area where they can winter. So it's going to be the guys with the kind of the blue shield on the cross of.
They're like these ones.
Yes, you want to get them out of an area where it's a 1 thing. So you want to probably put them in a place where they could. Where are you going? Trying to take him
Well,
into?
he's.
Oh, he didn't go yet. He didn't go yet.
Okay.
But he'll automatically go there. But there's some finagling first, so.
Okay. How many can this hold? 2. Okay. Just looking. Okay. Okay. Alright.
Alright. So that's into your move. Okay. Any battles?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So then, the next thing we'll do is we'll go year ends when all 5 cards have been played. The year ends is a special winter turn. Alright. All nobles, the English nobles first, must return to their home areas. So he goes to, and I'll just flip him over, show him Galloway went to his. I think I can keep the Bruce there. He's in his home area. Dunbar's in his. Lennox, Argyle, Athol is there. We'll have some issues here in a minute.
Might.
Common, he's going to stay in his. So then, the Bruce and the Common blocks may return to either of their home areas. Okay. The Scottish King will withdraw. All right. English blocks are never forced to remain in Scotland. They may disband. Archers, knights, and hobilars must disband. English infantry blocks, including the Welsh and Ulster, may remain in Scotland if located in an area with sufficient castle limits. Okay, so the Durham infantry, they're going to stay here in Menteith, and I can support these guys. This one is a problem because he can only support one thing, so these guys are going to disband.
Yeah, you are.
They're going to go back. So they leave. The Edward, if I had Edward, he could decide if he wants to winter with some people. So now the Scottish, okay, they have to go back to their home area, their nobles.
So that one goes there, but since that one's there,
okay, so he turns red. So
blue, easy come, easy go.
What
Bruce,
strength was he? He was a 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce is already there.
Okay, so
not
he's
Bruce, but fucking
yeah.
Buchanan.
Mm-hmm.
Angus is there.
Yep.
I can only hold 2. So I think.
Now, the Wallace block may always move to Selkirk, and then when you do that, then you which is here.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah, so that's so that's one thing you'll watch. And
this one can only handle 1.
okay, so you got to disband the infantry. So
okay, so that just goes back to the thing.
yep, to your purchasing.
So all the infantry.
Well, those can hold 2. So that one.
Okay.
You can hold 2.
That one's fine. Okay.
Yep.
All
right. All right. So then, once you've done that, then you do your winter builds. Okay, and
we put this up to 1298.
Not quite yet because we're still in the winter of 1297. So, Scottish builds. The first you're going to do is you can build 1 step in every area. So usually it's easier to go here. So this gives you 1 step, so you can move a guy up. This one gives you 2. So if there's any damaged ones, they can move up 2. Now, obviously, they can't go over their initial strength or whatever. So. Perth. All right, and
Ooh, I don't know if I got enough battery space for that because that's already an hour in.
well, that's fine. Like I said, we got 1 solid year in. So, do you own 8 areas?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, that's not actually a nobleman's. That's just 7. Okay. Once you get to 8, then your French knights can come in. So then,
They come in being outrageous.
yes, outrageous. So, all right, the English player receives new blocks in a feudal levy, except where the king is wintered in Scotland. So, shuffle all the blocks face down. juke. All right. And draw 1/2 of them up. So I've got what? 4, 8, 12. So we bring 6 blocks in. All right. All right, well, I'll just take this half. Oh. Yeah, if we want to get to a stop point, I'll show you what I drew.